Hey guys, it's Daniela, and this week's theme on Wowzer Fighting Squad is freestyle. So before I get on to today's video, I just want to say I'm super sorry about not posting for like 4 weeks. There's really not much reason behind it other than I was busy with school and other stuff. That's really it. There's nothing anything further than that. It's literally just that I've been busy. I have other things that I also need to focus on, and finals are coming up too. But hopefully after finals I should have way more time to post videos. Yeah, so finals for me are in like 2 weeks. Well, a little bit less than that from the time you're watching this. So it'll basically be no time before I start posting again. This will probably be my last video before finals. I don't know if I'll post next week, but anyways, yeah, so I'm sorry about not posting for a while. I try to post as much as I can, but it's not gonna happen every week, unfortunately. Anyways, so today for freestyle, I also just realized the last video I did was also freestyle, so I haven't done an actual theme in I don't know how long. But anyways, today I decided, since I'm actually, while I'm filming this, I'm actually home for break. I'm actually filming this the day before it goes up. I kind of procrastinated on this. Anyways, enough rambling. I decided to make a list of 10 reasons why there will be no place like home. I almost forgot what that title was. But yeah, 10 reasons why there will be no place like home. My apartment can feel like home all it wants to, but you know, there won't ever be a place like home. Because after all, this is where I've spent the last 15 years of my life. I moved here when I was like 4. That's when we moved into this house. So that was like 15 years ago. So that's a pretty significant part of my life. So yeah, I basically grew up in this house. So of course, there will be no other place that will feel like home. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's get on to the reasons. So the first thing I have listed here is home cooked meals. So this one, I guess, was more of a difference last year when I had a meal plan and every one of my meals was coming from the cafeterias. So I didn't really eat home cooked meals. This year, however, I don't have a meal plan because I have a kitchen in my apartment, so I'm able to cook my own meals. However, my cooking does not compare to my mom's cooking. Like, I can cook if I try. But like, it's been harder than I thought it would be because like I have, you know, I don't have all the time in the world, and neither does my mom. But my mom, like, she always like finds the time, I don't know how, to cook something that's like gourmet and not just like microwave meals. Like, my mom actually cooks stuff, and like pretty much what I have cooked, like, it's good food and stuff, but it's just like a lot more simple meals. Like, I've been eating a lot of microwave meals lately because I don't always feel like cooking, and I sometimes like it'll just be something that's already prepared, like something that we meal prepped. And yeah, I guess bottom line is my mom's cooking like could never be beat. Yeah. So the next thing is my own bed. So pretty much the bed that I've slept on ever since I moved into this house when I was like 4. Like, it's just there's nothing else like it. Like, yes, the bed in my apartment is comfortable, but it doesn't quite feel like home. Like, it can feel homey, but it doesn't feel like my childhood home. So it's always nice getting to come home and sleep on the bed that I've spent the last so many years sleeping on. It's always nice, and my bed at home is comfortable too. Okay, the next one is my family. You know, like family, there's nothing like family, and it's always nice getting to see my family. And luckily, I actually go to school close to home. I only live about a 45-minute drive away from home, so my parents do visit me often. They actually visit me every weekend. But it's always nice getting to come home and see my family and just like getting to like hang out with them instead of just them visiting for a couple of hours. It's nice to actually be with them. And yeah. So the next one is my own shower. You know, same concept as the bed. Like, there's nothing like showering in the shower that you're used to showering in. It's just like, it's familiar, and it's just like the water just feels better when it's your own shower at home. Cause like, I don't know, it's just, there's something about it. It's the same as the bed. It's more comfortable when it's the bed at your home. Okay, and the next one on the list is a sense of familiarity. I cannot speak. So, you know, it's just like when I'm at school, like not that I feel like it's unfamiliar, but it feels like a second home. It doesn't feel like my first home. You know, at home, everything just feels familiar, and like that's because like I grew up in this house for the last 15 years of my life. So like it feels familiar, and it just feels perfect, you know, like you can't really go wrong with familiarity. Like it's just like a break from everything feeling different, you know. Yeah. I don't really know how else to explain it. The next one is the Wi-Fi is better. I don't know what it is, but home Wi-Fi it can't be beat. Like I don't know, like my Wi-Fi at home, I've never like really had any issues with it. And like the Wi-Fi in my apartment like is also like not bad. Like I also haven't really had any issues with it, but at home it's just better, you know? Like I don't know how to explain it. This whole video is just me not knowing how to explain things, but just hoping that I'm just hoping that like you guys can relate or like understand exactly what I'm talking about, because I just can't explain it. It just feels so familiar. Okay, the next one is my space heater. So pretty much I have the space heater in my room, because my room gets really cold really easily, no matter what time of year it is. Like my room will always just get cold, and so I have this space heater that I use, but I never bring it to school with me. So it's nice to come home and have that space heater in my room, so when it gets cold, I can turn it on. And in my apartment I do have like a thermostat. Actually, in my apartment it usually gets hot, and that's because my thermostat likes to, for some reason, set itself like by default to 85, which I don't know why it does that, but yeah. So anyways, when I'm at home, I have my space heater. If it gets cold, especially, you know, at this time of the year, like it's especially important to have a space heater, because it's actually like getting cold outside, so my room will get even colder. So okay, and the next one is a break from school. So even if I'm just coming home for a weekend and it's not really a break, it's just like a weekend, it still feels like kind of like I'm getting a break from school, because my apartment, my apartment is technically not on campus, but my apartment is like pretty much walking distance from campus. That's actually why I chose that specific apartment, because I don't have my own car, so like I kind of have to walk everywhere. That's the only way I can like get around. And so it's like walking distance to campus. So anyways, technically it's not on campus, but basically it is, because it's literally next to campus. And I feel like I associate my apartment with school, because the reason I live there is for school. So even when I'm not in class actively, like my apartment, I just associate it with being at school or like being on campus or close to campus. Whereas when I'm at home, like I don't really associate it with that. It feels like more of an actual break, if that makes sense. So, and it's like, and that couples with the sense of familiarity and just home life in general. My closet door just opened. Anyways, just home life in general, and even if I come home and I still have homework to do, it's just like, it hits different, you know, it really does. And the next one on the list is no noise complaints. When I'm at home, I don't have to worry about getting noise complaints, because like the only people who are going to hear any noise from me are my family, and they can't make noise complaints against me. And my neighbors, like, they can't hear noise because they can't hear the noise that comes from my house unless we throw some huge party and do something really obnoxious. But if we're just living here, like, that's not gonna happen. Whereas in my apartment, it's a lot easier to hear noise from other units because it's like, it's all in the same building. And so I actually did get a noise complaint. I wasn't doing anything obnoxious, but it was for something very minor. But just the fact that like you can hear noises from other units, it's like, it's, and also when I'm at home, like the same people who make the noise complaint when I'm there, like I'm not there to make noise for them to complain about, so it's a win-win, you know? Okay, and the last thing on the list that I have is no parties. I don't have to hear people's parties that they decide to throw, because no one does that in my neighborhood. It's like no one just throws these obnoxious parties. And in apartments though, like in my apartment, that's something that, you know, is pretty common, you know? And so I don't have to hear people's loud parties when I'm like trying to sleep or something. So that's also a win-win situation. So those are all of, well, not actually all of them. There's a lot more reasons why home, there will never be anywhere like home. But those are just some of them. And that was everything that was on the list that I made for this video. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you could relate to it. And yeah, I guess that is pretty much it. And if you guys want to be a good candidate for a shout out in my next video, then make sure to comment down below, why do you like your home so much? So just tell me like any reason why you like your home, or wherever you live, wherever you spend the most time. Or like I don't spend most of my time here because I live at my apartment full time, but I visit here. But pretty much just tell me, so I guess it doesn't have to be where you spend the most time, but wherever like feels most like home to you, tell me a reason why it feels like home. And yeah, so anyways, that is pretty much it. Don't forget to have a wowzerfying day full of lots of wowzerness, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all. Woo!